My name's Dina Westermeyer. I'm recording this for the University of Arizona Global Campus, Dr. Trednick, and it's due September 21st, 2024. The presentation's about the olfaction, or the smell sense. The sense of smell, or olfaction, is a fascinating process that involves various steps, each contributing to our perception of different scents. It all begins with detecting odorants, which are airborne chemicals, molecules that enter our nasal cavity when we inhale. These odorants dissolve in the mucus of the olfactory epithelium, where specialized olfactory sensory neurons exist. Once the odorant molecules bind to the olfactory receptors on the sensory neurons, they send signals, and the neurons send electrical signals to the olfactory bulb, located at the base of the brain. The olfactory bulb acts as the first processing center where the information from the sensory neurons is further processed and transmitted to higher brain regions, including the primary olfactory cortex, piriform cortex, amygdala, and entorhinal cortex. What is intriguing is that the olfactory pathway bypasses the thalamus, which is typical for other sensory pathways, and directly connects to the limbic system, including the amygdala and hippocampus, which are involved in emotion and memory. As a result, smells often evoke emotional and memory-related responses. The brain interprets the chemical signal as distinct smells, associating them with stored memories or emotional responses. This intricate process involves various cortical areas, such as the orbitofrontal cortex, which helps identify and discriminate between odors. Olfaction is not just a sensory experience, it's a complex interaction of sensory detection, neural transmission, and cortical processing, deeply integrated with emotional and memory centers in the brain. Smelling, as highlighted by several researchers, serves multiple biological and psychological purposes. At its core, olfaction is vital for survival, allowing us to detect environmental cues such as food, potential threats, example, spoiled foods or predators, and potential mates. Freiberg underscores the role of olfaction in triggering emotional and memory responses due to its direct connection to the brain's limbic system, which governs emotional and memory. In addition to mere detection, smelling facilitates associative learning, as demonstrated by Tang and Associates, who found that olfactory preferences can be linked to emotional experiences and outcomes, influencing human behavior. Zhang and colleagues emphasize the potential of olfaction in early detection of cognitive decline, noting how changes in olfactory processing can signal neurological changes. On a cultural and communicative level, Martina points out that though smell lacks a robust vocabulary and language like English, it still plays a crucial role in social interaction and daily experiences, often conveying information indirectly through association. Smell ensures physical survival and supports emotional, cognitive, and social interactions. The amount of pollution and chemical exposure is posing a problem. Excessive airborne chemicals, particularly pollutants from pollution, can significantly impact our sense of smell and overall sensory experience. An abundance of airborne chemicals, especially pollutants, can overwhelm the olfactory system, making it challenging to discern different scents. The olfactory system functions by identifying specific molecular structures within odor plumes. When the air contains excessively competing chemical compounds from pollutants, the brain finds it more challenging to process and recognize odors accurately. Prolonged exposure to high levels of chemical pollutants can desensitize olfactory receptors, decreasing the sensitivity of the sense of smell over time. In severe cases, this desensitization can hinder the ability to detect certain odors or result in olfactory fatigue, where the olfactory system temporarily ceases to detect a smell after prolonged exposures. Pollutions can cause long-term harm to the olfactory system, exacerbating the decline in smell perception. Losing one's sense of smell, known as anosmia, can significantly affect various aspects of daily life, as written by Jung, Ting, and Associates. Primarily, it affects the ability to detect environmental hazards such as spoiled food, gas leaks, or smoke, which can pose health and safety risk. Furthermore, the sense of smell is closely tied to the perception of flavor, meaning that anosmia can severely diminish the enjoyment of food and beverages, leading to changes in appetite and even malnutrition in some cases. Olfactory loss can also impact emotional well-being as it connects to the limbic system, which governs emotion and memories. Consequently, individuals with olfactory dysfunction may experience emotional disturbances such as depression or anxiety due to the lack of sensory stimulation and the inability to evoke memory-related emotional responses through smell. Yunting and Associates emphasize that olfactory dysfunction can also serve as an early indicator of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease, further underlying the importance of senses of smell in the overall health and cognitive function. The integration of olfactory stimuli into virtual reality environments represents a significant technological advancement as discussed by Zhang and colleagues in their 2024 study. This innovation enhances traditional virtual reality by incorporating realistic sense, resulting in a more immersive and emotionally engaged user experience. For example, OVR can stimulate environments with corresponding sense, amplifying the sense of presence and emotional intensity, particularly for positive experiences. These developments have implications for entertainment, gaming, and potential therapeutic applications, such as exposure therapy and emotional regulation. In these studies, EEGs and machine learning a significant leap in understanding the impact of olfactory enhanced environments on brain activity. Zhang and colleagues discovered distinct brain activation patterns resulting from integrating olfactory stimuli, which could be accurately measured and classified using EEG. This breakthrough enables researchers to better understand how the brain processes complex sensory experiences, paving the way for future application in human-computer interaction and personal experience based on emotional and sensory feedback. By advancing the ability to measure and manipulate the sense of smell in technology-driven environments, OVR presents new opportunities for both research and practical applications. The other day, my son texted me a link to a video where the person wrote POV. You smell a smell that smells like a smell you smelled back when you were a kid. He wrote, this happened to me the other day. I smelled hairspray, which took me back to being a kid and smelling Ama's hairspray. The experience where the smell of hairspray took him back to childhood memories of Ama, which is his grandmother's hairspray, is a well-documented phenomenon tied to how olfaction links to memory and emotions. According to Ingebrigtsen, this occurs because olfactory information has a direct pathway to the brain's limbic system, which includes regions like the hippocampus and amygdala, both critical for memory and emotional responses. Unlike other senses, smell bypasses the thalamus and reaches these areas directly. This explains why certain odors can evoke vivid emotional memories almost instantly. The scent of hairspray activated memory centers in his brain. The smell triggered a flood of associations between his childhood and experiences with Ama. The connection between smell and memory is why smell often feels more nostalgic and emotionally charged than other sensory cues. The sense of smell plays a vital role in our daily lives, influencing our survival functions, emotions, memories, and social interactions. Whether it's a nostalgic connection we feel when the familiar scent transports us back to childhood, or the advancing technologies that incorporate olfactory stimuli to enrich virtual experiences, the impact of smell is profound and wide-reaching. As researchers delve deeper into the intricacies of olfactory processing and their connections to brain function, it becomes evident that smell is not just about detecting odors, but also about shaping our perception, behaviors, and connections to the world around us. Thank you.